Yo, what is up guys, Voltex here, back with another Ninjala video. Today in this video, I'm going to be covering the dev diary Play Ninjala put out on their YouTube channel a few days ago, covering the information within Season 6. Starting off with the new stage called Sphinx Valley. It's a stage set in the desert with the Egyptian theme. It's a pretty cool stage. The stage looks really wide open and big and like flat, so I think it's pretty good. And then the stage, from what looks like, has a lot of S energy orbs. And then the stage also introduces a new type of drone called a set drone. It's a drone that looks like a Anubis that can attack players and whatnot, so I think it's pretty interesting. But the set drone, when you destroy it, gives you a buff where they said if you KO an opponent, it turns into a pawn. So I guess it's like Giant Killer, but without the opponent have to have a big weapon. So that's pretty interesting. And then the effect can be stolen if you get KO'd by an opposing player. So that's pretty interesting. I want to see how that works out for. I want to see how that works out in general. So when we get our hands on it, we'll just see about that. Next thing is the two new weapons. The two new weapons are two new yo-yos called the Extreme Motor and the DJ Scratch. These two yo-yos look like you can ride on them, similar to the skateboard, but not exactly. Because from what we've seen with the dev diary, the special for the yo-yo is called bumpy accelerators. That's how you ride on it. Then you can ride around up walls and whatnot, just like the skateboards. But the difference between the skateboard and that is bumpy accelerator has a timer on it, as the skateboards don't. So that's pretty interesting. And then while you're riding the yo-yo, you can attack people, and then you can do this do turbo. Press the Y button, called turbo. Turbo is pretty obvious what it does. It speeds you up, but then it also has super armor on it as well. The yo-yo also has super armor on other attacks as well, so that's a pretty interesting thing too. And then with the extreme motor, the gumshoe and then the ninjutsu are two new ones we haven't seen before. The gumshoe is called gumshot, which is pretty weird for word wise, because gumshot can also be used as a past tense if you're speaking about all the weapons as well. That's pretty weird. But anyways, that gumshot is like is a shotgun blast basically. So the closer you are to the target, the more gum damage does, and it can insta bind if you are close enough. I pretty much called this gumshot on Twitter too, from the leaked image the community had seen. So I'm like, yeah, it's definitely a shotgun. And then the ninjutsu called Worst Nightmare, I believe. So off the bat, Worst Nightmare reminds me of Tornado, because it travels really far and it does a lot of damage. I think it does about the same damage as Tornado, if not a little bit more. Worst Nightmare, you can control it. You can move left or right while using it, but you can make a full like 180 turn, and then it goes really far as well. And then while you're riding it, you have super armor on it, so you can't be directly hit out of it. So that's pretty interesting. And then also, the paper mache horse drops bombs too behind it. So I think that's pretty interesting. But as of right now, we don't know how much damage the bombs do. But the one thing I guess to this, compared to this in Tornado, is that Worst Nightmare does travel pretty fast and pretty far. It seems like further than Tornado does, because the distance of Tornado, like how far the Tornado travels, depends on speed as well. So I think that's pretty interesting. But yeah, that's my early thoughts with Worst Nightmare. That just goes really far and really fast, and it's gonna be really good for clearing areas super fast. The next thing they had shown off was the new Shinobi card for the season. For season 6, we're only getting one Shinobi card, and it's called Last Spurt. Last Spurt is basically like a comeback card. It says that the last 60 seconds remaining of the battle, your S energy gauge is maxed out and it doesn't decrease when you use it. From right now, from what we're hearing it without any other information, the card sounds broken, honestly. So you can like infinitely gum dash, I guess infinitely use S burst if you don't get red. So that's pretty interesting. But then the assist codes, from reading assist codes, it's for activation time, hasten, life recovery, and cooldown reduction for your gum shoots. So this card is probably going to be a big deal. But until we get our hands on it or whatnot on the card, it seems pretty broken. And that pretty much covers the major things in this dev diary so far. They talk about some extra things too, so I'm just briefly going to be covering that as well. Starting off with the new collection card they're having. They're having the collection card volume 2. In this collection card, we look like a fox coordinate outfit, which looks really, really cool. And then from the picture they shown, like the card in like basically in the middle of the screen, the Shinoba's paper fan, that's getting a new skin in this collection card. So not gonna be like the previous one where it's like the Ninja Caliber, skate hammer, and those other weapons. So we're getting new skins for different weapons, which is pretty good. But then it's for the paper fan. So I assume that the Asakusa wheel and the Great Gear 2 are also going to be in the collection as well. So that's pretty good. Next thing is the Ninjala Shop. The Ninjala Shop is another type of shop they're adding, but this one is if you purchase the Ninjala Pass and buy stuff in that shop, you get a 20% discount. So I think that's pretty cool, really good. The next thing is just the anniversary stuff. The first anniversary, they're gonna be, their first anniversary login bonus for extra Jala, and then they're gonna be having the first anniversary online tournament, the same as with the Yakisoba Cup they had. So that's pretty cool. It's probably like participate. If you participate, you participate, whatever. And then what's it? The last thing they had as well. Is the story mode. So the story modes are on sale for 99 cents. So I recommend, if you haven't gotten the story mode yet, I definitely recommend you get it as well. So, because the story modes are really fun. And that covers everything in the dev diary. So season 6 starts June 17th, and I cannot wait to play it. So in the meantime, I will see you all in the next video. Bye.